Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of Mimi Dollars Collection. So today we are going to be making this bag. Before we dive into the video, guys, you may want to watch the previous video. I said everything you need to know about this bag. So go back and watch the previous video. Let us dive into the video. Materials used, I'm using the clutch frame that has 53 holes. I'm using my plastic beads in black, fishing line 0.6 millimeters, and my scissors for cutting. Okay, so this is all we need for this tutorial. Now we are beading on the outer part of the frame. All right, please do not make a mistake and bead on the inside. So I'll open it up like this. This is the outer part of the frame. All right, and then for the fishing line, I'll get my fishing line. Make sure your fishing line is long enough. All right. So I'll insert it into the first and into the third hole. So you turn it to the back. You insert one end of your fishing line into the first hole, and the other side of the fishing line, you skip the second hole, insert it into the third hole. So your fishing line should be in the first and the third hole. Make sure the ends of your fishing lines are equal, and then you pull it out to the right side of the bag. We are beading on the right side of the frame. Okay, can you see, in the first and in the third hole? Now on the back fishing line, the fishing line that is in the first hole, you are going to pick up 3 beads. All right, we'll start with 3 beads on this fishing line that is in the first hole. I'll add all my 3 beads to my fishing line. Okay, I'll add all my 3 beads to my fishing line. I'll pick up the last bead and cross. I'll cross it over. Make sure the ends of your fishing lines are equal so that you don't waste your fishing lines. Then I'll pull it down. And this is the first ring we have made. All right, moving on. This same right fishing line, the right fishing line, we are going to go back into this same hole where we are coming from, into the same third hole, into the same third hole. I'm going to the back of the frame. Okay, I am going to skip the 4th hole. All right, I'm going to skip the 4th hole. Please watch carefully from the back. I'm going to skip the 4th hole. I'll come out through the 5th hole. Okay, so you want to turn it to the back. I'll skip the 4th hole. I'll come out through the 5th hole. All right, so our fishing line is in the 5th hole. You skip 1 hole in the middle. Now on our back fishing line, this is just a beaded mat we are weaving. On our back fishing line, we'll keep adding our 2 beads till the end. All right, 2 beads till the end. So I'll add my 2 beads. I'll cross with the second bead and pull. I'll cross with the second bead and I'm going to pull it down. And this is the second ring we have made, or the second line we have made. So we are going back into this same 5th hole with your right fishing line. Okay, the fishing line that is facing the frame, go back into that same 5th hole. I'm going back into that same 5th hole. All right, we are going to skip the 6th hole and we'll come out through the 7th hole. So turn it to the back, skip the 6th hole, and then come out through the 7th hole. All right. So I'll come out through the 7th hole, and I'll pick up on the back fishing line. I'm going to add my 2 beads, and I'll pick up the last bead and cross it over. So on this tutorial, I'm going to teach you how to end your leftover fishing line and how to add a new fishing line. Okay. So we are going to go back into that 7th hole, into that same 7th hole where we came out from, into the same 7th hole. We'll skip the 8th hole and we'll come out through the 9th hole, okay? So you turn it to the back, skip the 8th hole and come out through the 9th hole. So I'm out, and on my back fishing line, I'll pick up 2 beads and I'm going to cross it over with the second bead. So we are going to go back with our front fishing line back into that same hole, into that 9th hole where we are coming from, into that same hole. This is so simple. This is all you need to know. We are going back into that hole. You turn it to the back. You are going to skip the 10th hole and you come out through the 11th hole, okay? So I made this bag earlier on, and there are so many questions about the bag, which I'm going to be answering them all as we bead and go. So please do not skip any part of this video. So I'm out, and I'll pick up 2 beads on my back fishing line. I'm going to cross it over with the second bead. Cross it over and pull. So this is all you need. All right, you have to keep skipping one hose. If you check in the middle, you see one hose in the middle. So this is what you are going to do, the same thing till you get to the end. Sorry guys, till you get to the end. So I'm at the end, and if you look in between the beads, you see one hose in between the lines. Okay, so I'm in the last hole. Let me just show you. Can you see one hose in between the lines? All right. So I'm in the last hole. Now we are going to turn. All right. We want to turn. On my right fishing line, we are turning. You know how we bead our beaded mat? On my right fishing line, I'm going to add 2 beads. I'll add my 2 beads. I'm going to cross it over with the second bead, and I'll pull it over. I'll pull it over like this, and then we are done with the first line. We are going to bead all around the frame again one more time. All right, so you know how we begin our beaded mat. You start with 3 beads, you continue with 2 beads, and end with 2 beads. Okay, on my right fishing line, I'll add all my 3 beads. I'll add all my 3 beads, pick up the last bead, and I'm going to cross it over and pull. I'll cross it over and pull. So this is it. With this same right fishing line, I'm going to go into the next 1 bead in front. All right, with the right fishing line, I'm going through the next 1 bead in front, and on the back fishing line, keep adding your 2 beads, and then you cross with the second bead. My 2 beads, and I'll cross with the second bead and pull. So if you know how to weave a beaded mat, this is just a simple step for you to do. So you keep going into the next 1 bead in front. All right, and on the back fishing line, keep adding your 2 beads. All right, please do not skip this video because I'll answer all the questions. All right, I don't want to stress you, my amazing subscribers, so please kindly watch till the end. I'm crossing with the second bead. So this is what you are going to do till the end. All right, this is what we are going to do till we get to this part. All right, so this is very simple to make. I'm at the end. Please watch it closely. This is what I've been up to. I'm at the end. We are going to turn, but this will be the end. So on my left fishing line, we want to turn. I'll add my 2 beads. We are doing the reverse, okay? I'm adding my 2 beads, and I'll cross now with the right fishing line, but I'm going to secure my beading thread, or I want to secure the beads here. You can cross and then you tie and leave it there because we want only 2 lines. So this is the last line. So this is what I did. I'll just pass my beading thread where the back fishing line is. I want to secure the beads. All right, I don't want them to fall apart because we want only 2 lines before we connect the front and the back side of the bag together. So I'll just weave my fishing line into a number of beads. all right, so that everything stays secured. Okay, so I'll leave it there. I'll weave this one as well. I'll just weave it into a number of beads, into just like 2 beads. Okay, I'll just weave it into 2 beads. Like I said, we need only 2 lines, so I want the beads to stand, to be secured, so that when we want to connect both sides, we will not have some difficulties. Leave it there, leave that fishing line there alone. I'll come back to it. Okay, now what we have done on this side, we are going to repeat the same thing on the other side. All right, so we'll repeat the same thing on the other side. So this is one side of the bag, 2 lines. We need only 2 lines. So I'm going to repeat same on this side, and I'll meet you at the end. So this is it. I have done the same thing, and this is what we have. All right, so I have beaded twice. We are about to finish the other side of the bag, so it's left with the last bead, the last 2 beads. Okay, so you know how we do our turning as usual. On this left fishing line, we are going to add our 2 beads, and we are going to make a turn. Our 2 beads, the same thing, and then I'll cross with the second bead, and I'll pull it down. So guys, we are done at this stage. We have 2 lines on the left, 2 lines on the right. Right now, we are going to connect the front and the back side of this bag together before we continue beading. I told you I'm giving you the easiest tutorial for the bag. Now position your beads like this: 3, 3, 3 and 2. You may want to take a screenshot of that. This is how we position the beads to connect the front and the back side of the bag. Okay, now on my right fishing line, watch carefully how I connect it. All right, on my right fishing line, I'll pick up my 3 beads the same way how we begin to weave a beaded mat. I'll pick up the last bead, and I'm going to cross it over. Okay, I'll cross it over and pull. This is how we begin our beaded mat. I'll cross it over and pull. So this is where your fishing line is. Please, I want you to take note of something here. All right, yeah, this is where your fishing line is. Here is the starting and the ending point. All right, so when we bead around, we'll end at this point. So my fishing line is in this bead right here. Sorry guys, I hope you can see that. Now the second set of 3 beads, we are going to put 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and we'll cross with the 3rd bead. As I said, this is the easiest way you can make this bag. Okay, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and you are going to cross over with the 3rd bead. I'll cross with the 3rd bead, and I'll pull it down. Cross and pull. All right, that's it. Now we are going to repeat this step one more time. All right, we'll pick up our 3 beads. We are going to add 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and then we'll cross with the 3rd bead. So I'm picking up my 3 beads, 1 on the left, 1 on the right, and I'm going to cross with the 3rd bead. So by the end of this video, I'm going to show you the leftover beads that I got. Okay, so I pull. So we have done that twice. All right, so please watch carefully. Our right fishing line, we are going to connect the front and the back side of the bag together. We need to connect this part, to close up these parts. All right, so the right fishing line, which is the fishing line that is down, the fishing line that is down, this fishing line that is down, please take note. I'm going to insert it into the next bead, 1 bead on top on the other side of the bag. Okay, while the fishing line that is up, I'll pick up 2 beads. I'll pick up 2 beads, and I'll cross with the 2nd bead. I'll cross it over with the second bead and pull. So can you see that we've connected both sides of the bag, the front and the back? All right. So you need just 2 lines to connect both sides. We have 2 lines on the left, 2 on the right, and then 2 lines in the middle. This is all about it. So keep watching because we are going to connect the other side as well. It's different from this side, okay? Now your front fishing line, which is the fishing line that is down, the one that is down, you are going to keep inserting it into the next one bead in front, into the next one bead in front. Once the fishing line that is up, which is automatically the back fishing line, you keep adding your two beads, and then you are going to cross it with the second bead. So right here we are just weaving a beaded mat. Guys, please, if you have been watching till this point and you find this video very helpful, kindly support your girl by hitting the subscribe button. Okay, share the video, leave your comments. It's very important for me. Okay, so you keep going into one bead with your front fishing line. This is a beaded mat, and on the back fishing line you keep adding your two beads, and we are going to connect this side together. It is different from the other side, so I'll meet you at the end. All right, so to connect this side, your beads have to be like this: 2, okay, 3. You have, maybe you may want to take a screenshot. You have 2, 3, 3 and 2. All right, mind you, we have not completed this side, so we are about to complete this side to connect both sides together. Now I'm on the last bead. Just pick up your 2 beads and then complete this side of the mat. All right, I'll just cross with my second bead and pull. So we are done. We have completed this side of the mat. All right, let me show you how it is. We have 3 lines on this side, while this side we have 2 lines. So this side is completed. Now we want to connect both sides together. You pick up your 3 beads, 1 on the right, 1 on the left, and then you cross with the 3rd bead. So I'll add 1 bead on my right, 1 on my left. We are connecting, okay? And then I'll cross with the 3rd bead and pull. All right, so this is the first one. We'll repeat that one more time. All right, pick up 3 beads. You put 1 bead on your right, 1 bead on your left, and then you are going to cross with the 3rd bead. Okay, cross. Make sure you are pulling your work. All right, now the same thing, the fishing line that is down, we are connecting it. Okay, the fishing line that is down, we are going to insert it into the bead that is on the other side of the frame, into this bead right here. And on the back fishing line, which is the fishing line that is on top, you will keep adding your two beads. Isn't this very simple to make? I'll cross with the second bead and pull. Guys, I'm sorry for the blur effects. All right, so this is it. We are going to keep weaving our beaded mat, and just like that, can you see how the frame is? We have connected both sides together. So keep weaving your beaded mats. All right, the normal beaded mat. But before then, let me show you how to end your leftover fishing line. This is the length of my fishing line. It's not very short, so don't make your fishing lines too short. So I'll go into the next 1 bead in front. I want to end this fishing line and start a new fishing line. Now when you go into the next 1 bead in front with that same fishing line you inserted, like we are turning, you add 2 beads into that same fishing line you inserted, and now you are going to tie. All right, it is optional. You can choose to tie, you can choose not to tie, but I love to tie this. Okay, please tie. Can you see what I'm doing? Tie it in the middle. Twice is enough. Now watch what I'm going to do with the fishing lines. Okay, both ends of the fishing line. If you see this bead that is facing downward, this is where we tie. So do not block the mouth of that bead. Sorry about that, guys. I'm going to pass both ends of my fishing lines into that same bead where we tied the knot. Okay, both ends of my fishing lines, I'm passing them through to that same bead. and then separate the fishing lines. Pull them down gradually. Please do not over pull. Separate them, pull them one at a time gradually, so that where we tie, that knot is going to get stuck in this bead right here. Don't worry, I'll show it to you clearly. The knot that we tied is going to stuck in this bead right here. Okay, this is how to secure your beading thread. Okay, now the leftover fishing line, we'll weave it back into the body of the bag. Okay, same as this one, but I would like you to leave it when you are done weaving. Then you can weave it back into so many beads. Okay, because here we only have 2 lines weaved or 3 lines weaved. Okay, but this one I'm going to weave it back into the body of the bag because I know how to go around. But please, if you're a beginner, you can leave the beading thread. When you've added the length of the bag, then weave it into more than 10 beads. So if your fishing line can go through, your leftover fishing line, if it can go through more than 10 beads, please, it's okay. All right, do not allow your fishing lines to be too small or too short. Okay, because it's the fishing line that is going to make your bag sturdy. So I'll weave in my leftover fishing line and I will show you how to add a new fishing line. All right, so if you're a beginner, wait when you are done beading, you can weave in your leftover fishing line into so many beads. Now I'll get a new fishing line. Okay, watch, this is where we ended. We have 3 lines here, while the next line, if you watch, we have 2. We have 3 lines here. Therefore our fishing line is supposed to start on these 2 beads right here. Can you see that on these 2 beads right here? Okay, just mark where you end. So I'll insert my fishing line into those 2 beads right there. Into those 2 beads right there. Like so. Can you see that? And then you continue to weave your mat the same method. It's not that difficult to make, okay? So please, you may want to watch the previous video I uploaded. I stated a lot of things in that video concerning this clutch beaded bag. So please kindly watch that video, the previous video I uploaded. So continue to add your 2 beads and then you cross with the second bead and continue with the beading mat. All right, your simple beaded mat. You keep adding your 2 beads, cross with the second bead. Okay, so I don't want to bore you with all that weaving, just continue weaving and I'll meet you, weave all around, and I'll meet you at this point, the starting and the ending point. So let me meet you there. Okay, can you see that? I'll meet you at this point. So here we are. I've been beading and all the lines are 3 lines. We want to end the line to complete the 3rd lines on both sides. Okay, this is the starting and the ending point I told you about. So your fishing line, the one that is down, you go into the next 1 bead on that roll and this bead that is facing upward. All right, into the bead that is facing upward. Okay, now you have your fishing lines in 3 beads. You will just pick up 1 bead and then you close that. Guys, isn't this simple? So I'm going to cross it over and pull, and here we are. From here, keep weaving the same method, just your beading mat. This is how it looks. If you weave it like this, you can easily determine the size that you want for your bag, or the height for your bag, or the length of your bag. You can easily determine it. Okay, so let's make another line. You know that when we are weaving a beaded mat, as you all know, we start with 3 beads and then we continue with 2 beads. Okay, from here it's so simple. You start with 3 beads, continue 2 beads, and then you are going to end up with 1 bead at the starting and the ending point. Okay, so we are going to begin a new line to start increasing the size of your bag. Now on my right fishing line, you can choose to weave either the right direction or the left direction, depending on the hand you are most comfortable with. So on my right fishing line, I'll add my 3 beads. This is just a simple beaded mat. I'll add my 3 beads and I'll pick up the last bead and cross it over. Guys, please leave your comments. Okay, guys, and we are monetized. Please, if you have been watching the video till this point, if you see ads on my videos, guys, please do not skip them. So this is the beginning point again and the ending point. So I will weave and I'll come and meet you at that ending point. Okay, keep adding your 2 beads on the back fishing line and weave your simple beaded mat all around. So your front fishing line will go into the next 1 bead, and on the back fishing line you keep adding your 2 beads. Okay, so guys, please share the video, like the video, please. Your comments are very important for me. Okay, thank you. So continue weaving the mat and I'll meet you at this point. So this is it. This is the 4th line we have been weaving. The 4th line. Now we are at the last point, which is the starting and the ending point. Okay, I'll go into that last bead right there and into this bead that is facing upward. All right, into the bead that is facing upward. And right there, we are going to end all of this with 1 bead. I'll pick up my last 1 bead and I'm going to cross it over. And then you start another line. The process repeats itself, all right? Begin with 3 beads. Begin with 3 beads. Pick up the last bead and cross. The last bead, cross it over. And then your front fishing line will keep going into the next 1 bead, and on the back fishing line keep adding your 2 beads. Can you see, as you weave and go, you can easily turn and determine the size of your bag, and with this method there is no stress, trust me. Because someone said, can you weave the front and the back side of the bag before you join it? The answer is yes. All right, but I want you to be stress-free. So I'll just continue weaving and I'll meet you at the end where I want the length of my bag to be. Okay, so please let me meet you guys at the end of this. Okay, so this is it. I've weaved up to 11 lines, and when you turn it, can you see I am okay with the length of the bag or the height of the bag? All right, I've weaved up to 11 lines and I am okay. So if you want to increase it, it depends on the size that you want, okay, or the length that your customer wants. So we are going to form the sides of the bag, the base of the bag. As you bead and go, you see the sides forming up. We are just going to pinch the side and then we'll form the base of the bag, which I'll explain to you very well. Now, to form the base of the bag, we have to form the base from the side of the bag. Now, you count 5 beads from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I'm counting 5 beads because this is where the curve of the frame is. The starting point of the curve of the frame. So, you count up to 5 beads. All right. 5 beads. This is where, can you see, this is where the curve began or begins. So please trace it up straight. Please watch it closely. Trace that the 5th bead up straight, and then if you notice, it must be a bead that is facing downward. I'll bring it clearly closer to you so that you see it. Okay, so this 5th bead, look at it very well. It must be the bead that is facing downward. Must be the bead that is facing downward. So the bead will be there, and on the left and we are going to pinch it like this. Okay, we'll pinch it like this. Therefore our fishing line will be on the bead that is on the left and the right, while this bead that is facing downward will be in the middle. So the bead that is on the left and the right, insert your fishing line there, can you see, and then pinch it like this. That is it. So you can choose to weave either on the left or the right side. All right, any side you want. I'll be weaving from the down, okay, the shorter side. You start with two beads and end with one bead throughout. So on my left fishing line, choose any fishing line of your choice. Okay, I'm going to add my 2 beads. I'll add my 2 beads and I'll cross it over like this. So we have pinched the side, we have formed the side of the bag, okay? So my front fishing line will keep going into the next one bead in front. With my front fishing line, which is the fishing line that is down, or the one that is facing the mat, I'll keep going into the next one bead in front, whilst on the back fishing line, which is my left fishing line, I'll keep adding my two beads and I'll cross with the second bead. All right, so this is a simple beaded mat like this. Okay, so I'll keep weaving like that and I'll meet you at this side. We are going to trace the other side as well. Can you see the base forming? So I'm at this end. Let's trace this side as well. What we did at the beginning, we'll do what we did on the left, we'll do on the right side. Okay, count 5 beads where the curve started, trace it all the way up. Make sure that is the bead that is facing downward. Okay, pinch it like this, and then your front fishing line will go into the 2 beads on the left and the right, into the last 2 beads. All right, I'll go into this bead right here. That 5th bead is facing downward, so we'll go into the next bead on the side. Okay, you pull it. Now our fishing line is in 3 beads, and then we are going to end with 1 bead. All right, our fishing line is in 3 beads. You pick up 1 bead and close it up. So for this step, the base is very simple. You only start with 2 beads and then you end with 1 bead throughout the base of the bag. So can you see we have pinched the sides, we have curved the side, and we are working on the base. So I'll keep weaving forth and back, to the left, to the right. I'll go to the left, to the right, just like that, to close the base. Now, my front fishing line, which is the fishing line that is down, is going into the next 1 bead in front. Into the next 1 bead in front, like so. With that same fishing line you inserted, please, you are going to pick up your 2 beads. Okay, I'll pick up my 2 beads, I'll insert it in the fishing line. Then I'll cross with the last bead. We are now weaving from right to left direction. All right. So my front fishing line, which is the fishing line that is facing the mat, will keep going into the next one bead in front. Whilst on the back fishing line, please make sure you are pulling your work. Okay. Whilst on the back fishing line, we are going to keep adding our two bead. Sorry, our two beads. So actually the base of this bag is 10. We have a base of 10. All right, so we are going to continue weaving like that till we get to the other side of the bag. Somebody asked how many rows for the base. It depends on the size of your clutch frame. All right, so I'm at the end. This is the end. With my front fishing, I'll go through the last bead and the bead on the side. Okay, so my front fishing line, I'll go through this bead right here, and I'm going into this bead on the side. Into this bead on the side. Now our fishing line is in 3 beads. I'll pick up 1 bead and I'm going to close this up. And here we are. Okay. Now, this my front fishing line will weave from the left to the right direction. So I'm going into the next 1 bead on the side in front. With this same fishing line, add your 2 beads. Okay, I'll just add my 2 beads. The front fishing line, which is the fishing line that is in the mat, will keep going into the next one bead. Whilst on the back fishing line, you keep adding your two beads. Okay. All right, the front fishing line, remember, is the fishing line that is in the mat, that is facing the mat. Okay, I'll keep going to the next one bead in front. Whilst on the back fishing line, I'll keep adding my two beads, and at the end we are going to end up with 1 bead. So guys, continue weaving like this. Let me meet you at the end, okay? So this is the end of the bag, and this is the base. Very beautiful. This is how to make your bag sturdy. This is where I ended with the last fishing line, and I've weaved the leftover fishing line. Look at the distance I've weaved it. If you do it like that, if you do it like this, sorry, your bag is going to be very sturdy. Your bag cannot sag, okay? Make sure you weave your leftover fishing line back into the body of the bag. If you think your bag is not strong enough, please get a new fishing line and continue to weave, okay? So this is our bag. Just push the sides in like this, and then you close it up. Sorry for the blur effect, guys. So this is the bag. It's a cute small bag. You can choose to make your size, any size of your choice. And this is our leftover beads. I made 11 lines. You can make up to 12 or 13 lines with the leftover beads, okay? So this is the quantity that we have left. All right, you can make up to 12 lines. And guys, this is our final project. Please, if you find this video very helpful, please kindly hit the subscribe button, like and share this video. Guys, your comments are needed, your likes are needed, and please do not skip the ads on my videos. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.